everyone. Welcome to the Hard Realm. I'm Travis Bruce. And by the way, happy Halloween, everyone. And as of now, the Face of Halloween contest has ended. And so we should be knowing a winner. By the way, it's not going to be a man, as if you watch my How to Win the Face of Horror contest video, I've stated that only women can win this contest. And I am 99.9% sure a woman has won again.
Oh.
But that's another video for another time. I have with us a guest, and she was in the Face of Horror contest back when I was in it, 2021. She reached out to me through Instagram, and she wanted to come on. I asked her to come on, and she wanted to share her experience. I have with us Minnie. Minnie, welcome to the Horror Realm.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So you were in the Face of Horror contest back when it was the Face of Horror, back
Right,
in 2021, which was the same year, which was the first year.
right.
Tell us a little bit about your experience.
So yeah, in 2021, I think it popped up like as a Instagram or Facebook ad, and it said, we're looking for the face of horror. It's a $13,000 prize. You get to go to the Buffalo Bill House, take some pictures in some magazine, and meet some of the actors and things. And so it just sounded like perfect because I do cosplay, I do special effects makeup. I just felt like people call me the Queen of Halloween. It just felt like right to apply. So, I just applied and then, I don't know how long it took, but I got a message back saying, "Hey, you're accepted." And it just felt like this great like feeling like I got accepted into this program. And so, and I told everybody and everybody was correct, congratulating me. They were very happy. And then I started trying to read the rules wherever they were. Like I could only go to this Face of Horror website. They gave me my own kind of unique, login. And it was just a matter of like going in and clicking for free votes. And so I was like, okay, I've done fundraisers before. They said something about a charity. I didn't really understand the charity at the time, but I was like, it sounds like a good cause. So I just kind of started promoting to, my followers, my friends, my family, and just, kind of seeing where it went. I mean, I thought, because like I know when I did a fundraiser before, like I was like, I think I was like the only person who like did it. And so I kind of ended up winning. So I don't know. I felt like maybe I got a chance here. Like who knows? I had no idea how many people it was going to be. I thought it was very exclusive because you had to get this acceptance. And as I'm going through the process, I'm just realizing more and more I don't know what's happening. Like I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing outside of just asking for these votes. And then they came up with like little challenges. They had rounds were named like Child's Play round and so forth, all the way down to like the sacrificial round. And and then there was this guy, I don't even think it was any real celebrity that I knew. He would come in and say, "Hey, this is how it works." And so I was watching the how it works videos, trying to understand this voting type competition, which I've never been a part of anything like that. And it was confusing. So it was a voting competition, and then there's like fundraising option. And so I wasn't exactly sure what the goal was, but I just know that after several, rounds of asking people for votes, I was like in the first place. So it sounded like I was doing good.
Yeah,
And then by the time, long story short, by the time I got to the sacrificial round, which was like the end of October, they kind of dropped everybody down. I got down to like seventh, eighth, 10th, 12th place. I'm like, okay. And so then I'm scrambling, throwing money, putting my own money in. and and then I was just out of the competition. I was like, what happened? And then we just started from scratch. And they're like, we're starting a new round. There's a new top 20. And that was it. And I never heard about the winner. I never found out anything. They didn't, there was no communication after that. And
yeah.
you just think you're doing well and then you're just out.
So you brought up several things. The
Yeah.
first thing is, when you get this invite, I mean, when
Yeah.
I got an invite, it does feel like it's an exclusive thing. It feels
Hmm.
like somebody came across you or Facebook or social media and was like, "This is," 'cause, I'm a huge horror fan. Before I had this channel, I had, I would go to tons of horror conventions. I would do a lot of stuff. So I was like, well,
Yeah.
someone recommended me or something, and I even seen your Instagram. You have tons of Halloween. So you probably had the same feeling. If someone saw you and recommended you or
Right.
saw your and it feels like, wow, I am part of this exclusive competition.
Exactly.
And then you start realizing, no, everybody gets this invitation, and literally anybody can sign up.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm just like, wait, so you're not special. It's like the Fred Flintstone effect. You're running around, you're not getting anywhere. And they're putting these placements in like first place, second place, and okay, well, if I give $20, maybe I can move myself back up. And I'm like, and you're just kind of teeter tottering around, but you're not really sure where you are in this big scheme of things. And it gets to a point where you have to go past the free votes. You're not going to make it just on your follower count or just the free vote, the daily votes, because people are spreading their votes around. And at one point I thought it was like a popularity contest, maybe only for the rich. I don't know. Like they said the money was optional, but then it started to feel like you had to. Like if you're not donating all you can. So it just became like the gambling effect, I guess. Like I don't know if you've ever played one of those online like
Yes.
gambling on your phone,
Uh-huh.
like you just get addicted to trying to win. And
This
then
is
and then I remember at one point I got on TikTok and I was really stressed out. I even posted like, this competition is stressing me out. This is exactly why I don't run for office. Like I need a day to relax. Like I was looking back, I'm like, God, I was really stressed out about this. And
and
it just
and
wasn't a good feeling after a while.
and I agree because I'm in these, I spy in these face of horror Facebook groups, which I feel like most of them are
Yeah.
scam groups. But I hear a lot of people say, "Well, this is so much fun. I'm doing people who do this every single year, and they're
Right.
like, and I'm doing it
Wow.
because it's so much fun." And I'm like, "What is fun about this? Like, what is fun about the torture? Like, there's nothing fun
Right.
about it."
And I heard you ask people that, and I was like thinking myself, I wanted to hear what they had to say. And I'm like, what you're saying, you can do on your own. That's a Delulu type of fun. Like you can. I didn't join it to like get fame or for I wanted the money, obviously.
Yeah,
I mean,
of
that
course.
sounded fun. I guess money sounds fun. But it wasn't fun to stress out and feel like you're annoying people. It got to a point where you're just putting that little, buffer at the end of every video or at any other post or whatever. Just, hey, and by the way, vote. But it just didn't seem like it. Just like I said, it's fun in the sense of gambling, I guess.
Yeah,
If you like to gamble with your money, which I'm not a big gambler. So, and I'm a very
yeah.
suspicious person. So I immediately started, once the money started like becoming like a factors in where my placement was, I immediately became suspicious. And I was looking, I didn't find your videos at the time, but I was looking for someone to tell me more, about what's going on behind the scenes, who's running this, like where is this money going? If the votes are so important, why do you have to put your email address in and then place the vote? But I could easily just log out, put another email address in and vote myself. So I'm like, are they even keeping track of that? Like who's voting for who and how are you keeping track of these groups? So I just didn't become fun because the wheels in my head started like turning too much and I was questioning a lot more than I was having fun at that point.
I agree. Now,
Yeah.
now a lot of people have lied and said they've never put their own money in, right? And
Oh,
if you watch my one of my videos I did, I confessed that I put money in. I put hundreds of dollars in of my own money in. And people say, well, that's illegal. You can't do that. Blah, blah, blah.
it's no rules on
There's
that.
no rules for the setting. It said you can be disqualified, but who is enforcing that?
Nobody. There's nobody to ask anything directly. The video when I was talking about, I remember he had like a little, he was like dressed like a vampire. I
Yes,
still have
Jim
like video. He was
Dollar.
talking about, yeah. He
Yes,
was like,
Jim
here's
Dollar.
how it works, and basically he was asking his own questions and then answering that. It wasn't questions that I had. So he
Yes,
wasn't somebody I could like. They said like this box you could type in. I was like, I wasn't getting any direct answers. It was very generic. The same messages like, hey, you're in this group. You can see who's in your group, but who's in the competition? Like, it wasn't giving me any exact rules. Can I vote for myself? Can I not vote for myself? Like, as long as you put the email address in, you can do whatever you want. It seems like, and
it
they're
seems
not tracking it anyway. Long,
No,
and I don't even know how it. I started to think like the money maybe puts you in different groups. Maybe if you're in the $10, $20 range, maybe you're in this group. Maybe if you're in the $100, $200 range, maybe you're in this group. I don't know. I was starting to worry about like, is there some type of rhyme and algorithm behind this? Like, how are we being grouped, and how is the money really making a difference, and who's tracking that? Like, if you make a donation to charity, don't they usually like track that? You know,
you would think so. You
so
would think so.
you would think
But
they would track it.
I agree. Now, what point did you decide in your mind like, oh my goodness, these free votes are not working? I have
Oh,
to start pumping money into this to even have a chance.
yeah. So when I did it, like I have a lot of friends in cosplay, and we all, we're all into horror and all that, and so we were all kind of like trying to support each other every other day or something like that. But it just got to a point where we were kind of fighting for numbers, especially if some of us were in the same group. And so I would, go down from first place to second place to third place, and then I'll feel like, okay, I need to ask for money. I need to ask my friends, and they would donate all they can, and then I would move back up. It just became a point where I started to drop below a certain point. And like I said, that sacrificial round was like, I think towards the end of October. And I thought the race was basically over, but I think it ended up going almost to, it felt like November.
November. It went to November.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, so this just felt like hopeless. And because I think I immediately dropped down to 28th place, or then I was just immediately out of the 20 top 20 or something like that. And a lot of my friends like were kicked out at that point. And I'm like, it was only one like really popular, I think, cosplayer that I knew that was still in the running. And I thought she was on track to win, but I still don't know who that won that competition for real. I never saw pictures. I never saw
But there was
anything to
pictures.
know.
I mean, there was
Yeah.
pictures. There was pictures way after I made my first video because my first video
Mm.
I was questioning, where's the winner? Who won? What happened? That's my very first video I did that, and sure enough, I know they saw my video because literally a month later they started posting these generic pictures of the winner hanging out with
Wow.
King Hodder, and it was so generic,
Yeah.
and like I was like, okay, so I know that Colossal and the Face of Hard people are watching my videos,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Mm-hmm.
know, and the reason I know also too because you can look at my comments, and you
Mm-hmm.
go through a lot of my Facebook what's called comments. It is a lot of generic profiles that are saying
Yeah.
nasty things,
Right.
and they don't have their picture, they don't have it. It's just a generic YouTube profile that's
Right.
messaging me. So I
Mm-hmm.
know that they are spying on this contest. They're in
And
these
probably the
Facebook
biggest
groups.
thing, they changed their name.
Yes, they changed the name to the Face of
That
Halloween
that's what really
contest.
spooked me.
So that
Yeah.
threw a lot of people off. That threw a lot of people off. I felt, but the question is, what I don't understand is this thing's been going for 5 years, and there's 20 contests besides that they're going along with this contest by the same company. They're like right now it's going on to the 40 and Fab. Then there's an Ink
Wow.
magazine. There's the greatest pet, the greatest couple,
Yeah.
the skateboarding, the shoes. There's all these
Wow.
contests, and I'm shocked that people don't know someone who's been in a contest, or like feel like okay, or have shared one of my videos, and like
Right.
I feel like people who were in these contests in the past, or even in the face of Halloween contests right now, the ones who got kicked out, they feel dumb. They feel like they got doped. So they're not going to share the information on
Right.
because they don't want people to feel they don't want their friends, family to feel like, hey, you scammed me because that's how I felt. I was
Yeah.
embarrassed because I was preying on my friends and my family for money,
Right.
and and it was all a scam. And
Yeah.
and for the longest time I did not want to admit to them, hey, I got scammed, and in the process you got scammed too.
Right. Exactly. I felt the same way. Like I didn't want to, after I started to feel that way, I didn't want to share that. I felt really bad about that. You feel bad about yourself. Like you're stressed out. You've been stressing them out, and you're telling them, I was telling them it was for charities, for a good cause. And that's why it's okay to, you can add money to the vote. You can do the free vote. You can add money. I was just telling them this like daily, and to find out like towards the end, like I was like, okay, you tried to just tell yourself, okay, well, I did my part. I did good. And what did I do good in? What did I really accomplish? Like, what did we really accomplish? Like,
Nothing.
was there even a chance?
Mm.
And it just felt like, no, there was never a chance. It was just a gambling effect. We were just all duped into it. and just, just drinking the Kool-Aid. Really, I really don't. They were preying on the fact that we love horror, we love Halloween. There's a big community in that. I was not doing it for fame or fortune. I was really doing it for community, to seeing if anybody, cares about my love for Halloween, if they support that, if they support the creativity, if they're about that, and then hey, let's all do this together, type of thing. But if we win some money, great. It just didn't become that. And I just, like, even I would tell people who talked about it this year, the face of Halloween, they would come to me and they didn't want to say right away. And I was like, so are you trying to enter the competition? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. Cause you start getting all these people hitting you up all of a sudden. I'm like, I know what you want. And I'm
Yeah.
like, let me tell you, it's not what you think. It's, it's in spooky packaging and it looks nice and shiny, but it's not what it looks like. It's definitely about getting as much money as you can. It's about donations. It's not about actually winning a competition. And they literally looked at me and said, I'm gonna do it anyway. So they just do not care. I'm like, wow, that really just like shocked me. I
But it
was like,
doesn't
I'm trying to
shock.
warn you. Somebody told me that, you know?
But it doesn't shock me because so I'm 43 and I'm was
Yeah,
born in the early 80s,
yeah,
and in the late 90s up until about 2015, right, there was the
hmm,
multi-level marketing scams. That was what the
hmm.
Little Roaches, the Mary Kays, the ACN, all of
Oh,
those, right?
yeah,
And I'm pretty sure you've had a friend at some point come up to you and say, "Hey, girl, you know what? I got this great business venture, and because you want to hear about it." And it's about signing in to some type of one of those scams. And I've been in one of those scams when I was in my early 20s. And then so like when
mhm,
somebody came up to me and proposed to me, I was like, that's a scam, right? And those
yeah,
people would get angry. You don't know what you're talking about. No, no, no. But it's because we're in the United States, we're in this weird society with this
right,
weird framework where everybody wants to become famous and rich and popular
right,
without having to really do anything. So we're
right,
all seeking that. And if someone tells us, hey, you know, this is your opportunity, you're somebody special, this is your opportunity. If you do these things, you can become famous and rich and drive a
right,
Bugatti. We're
right,
there's a lot of us that are going to run after that, and that's what
right,
this contest preys on.
hmm,
And that's why I got so pissed off, and I'm still pissed off
yeah,
because the horror community is my fucking community. I do a
right,
lot with my channel to promote indie horror creators and people who don't normally get a spotlight.
right,
And the horror community, for the most part, are a lot of people who don't have high self-esteem. They're individuals
right,
with low self-esteem, and they're looking for some type of acceptance anywhere.
right, exactly,
So when you do a contest like this and you're giving these people who don't have the highest self-esteem already
right,
some type of validation that hey, you're special, you can do this, you're going to win, and you
hmm,
constantly throughout the contest have them in first place. So at
right.
that point, that's a mind fuck right there. It's a
Oh,
psychological
yeah,
thing that I got this,
yep.
and I think everybody's in first place. I think in the beginning they have everybody in first place because that
I think
because
that too. Yeah,
because
that could be
that
true.
gives everybody this mindset that I got this, and the rounds and the rounds go on and on and on, and then it's like the lottery. It's like you said, gambling. It's a drug
Right.
where I have to stay in first place. I will do whatever I have to do, lie to people, put my own money in, go broke, whatever to win this contest. It's an
Yep.
addiction.
Yep. It really is. It really is. And it's just sad that you feel the need to find acceptance. Basically, it's just like with followers or likes. You think this is some kind of dopamine hit, and then when you're up, you're up. But when you're down, you're really down, and it's just really a temporary thing. It's not a fix for the community, and a community that's already, like you said, kind of struggling for acceptance and to be, accepted in a way that, hey, this is what we do. This it's not conventional, but we love it. We want to build on people, even for like Halloween. Halloween feels different now. People aren't doing that. Like we got things like trunk or treat, things that I didn't
Yeah,
do. We went door to door. Trunk or treat is
yeah.
stupid as hell. I don't understand it. It's kind of Halloween, but it's just like, yeah, you decorate your trunks, but then the kids aren't even dressing up, and
Yeah.
they're
Because
just taking
Halloween's
away the
dead.
feel. Yeah. So it's just like it doesn't make sense to try to take away from somebody who's trying to build themselves up or just, attack us for that, and then actually take money from us. We need our money in this horror community. We got a lot of events, we got cons and stuff. And even like you were saying, the prize isn't really the prize. You can go to the Buffalo Build House if you have $2,000-$3,000. I remember you said, I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
you're right. You can pay for that. What the hell? Like,
it's
that's
five.
not a prize.
It's $250 a night. I mean, it's two hundred fifty
You
dollars a
could
night.
you could
I,
meet
I,
Matthew Lillard at a Comic Con for $40. You can meet all these people. Kane Hodder, all of them is a photo
all of them,
op for $80. Jamie
all of
Lee
them.
Curtis. Now you can't meet her just anywhere. I will give you
Yes,
that. But when she did you see her ad? She was saying like, and you can meet me and meet Matt. Like she was saying it like hush hush. I'm like, are we not gonna meet you? She's
Jamie
like,
Lee
you can
Curtis was
meet me and
acting.
meet like what are we whispering?
Jamie Lee Curtis was acting really weird in that ad.
Yes.
She acted really weird in those ads. Like it's almost like how King Hodder used to act. King Hodder is
Right.
part of the scam now. He's mentally
Oh, oh, he's in it.
dived in, and he's full in on the
Logged
scam.
in. Yeah.
I mean, this scam money is he's making more off of this scam than he did ever in any of his movies. He's making millions off
Right.
of this scam. So
Definitely.
so he's both feet in at this point in the scam. But
Yes.
Jamie Lee Curtis is like, I don't know what this is, but see, but I always tell people you can get Jamie Lee Curtis to do anything if you promise to donate money to
She said, I will meet
organization.
one winner. One. She look, I already know she's been to maybe 4 Comic Cons. She do
Yes,
not fuck with people. She don't
yes.
fuck with people at Comic Con. She don't like taking a bunch of pictures. She don't even want to be known for the Halloween movies. She came to one like Halloween horror night opening or something in 20 years. Like she do not like people like that.
You can
So
catch her,
she will meet
but
one of y'all
yes,
maybe. She like meet me. Like, okay.
but you get to the right point, you can catch her. It's
Yeah.
rare, but
Right.
I think she charges $200 for a picture in art, or I think maybe $200 or $300.
Yeah, I can't remember her pricing. Yeah.
I met King two
But
times.
doesn't she do it at all? She sometimes she just flips the script and won't do it. Won't
But
do a meet and greet.
but still,
Like
I mean,
I went to Comic Con and she didn't. She just said she wasn't gonna do it. Like okay,
like the prize, I forgot. I can tell you what last year. I don't know what this was, but if the grand total prize was valued at $58,000, right?
yeah,
So that was me to meet Kane Hodder. Listen, you can. By the way, if you have, I don't care where you live in this country, Kane Hodder is going to be in your country that year to do an autograph signing. So
really is.
you can meet him for $60. Nice guy,
Yeah,
$60,
yeah.
right?
He's on the list. Check. Matthew
Check.
Lillard. Check. You can see them anywhere. Yep,
You can knock both of them out for under $200
that's
easily.
right. Yep.
You can fly to California. I know flights are expensive right now, but you can fly to
Yeah.
California round trip. I don't even care if you live on the East Coast where I do. You can fly to
Right.
California round trip for about $500. So I mean,
Yeah.
now you're looking at about $700. Stay
Yeah.
in a whole hotel for three because you're only staying for is it 2 days and you say let's say it's 3 days.
3 days
Vacation in
to yeah.
California.
Mhm.
I don't know what $600-$700.
Yeah.
Right now we're looking at the $2,000 range, and
Right.
for that photography session that they fucking do, it literally
Mhm.
looks like someone pulled a Polaroid out and took it. So
Oh
like,
my god.
I don't know where the $58,000
Not
is
even
coming
like one
from.
of those AI Polaroids. Like
Oh, it looks horrible. It looks horrible. I
it's
mean,
AI. Make it look real.
it looks horrible. Watch some. I forget which one it was. I posted pictures up of the
Not
previous
even a professional photo.
winners.
That is sad.
It looks horrible. I mean, it looks terrible.
Yeah.
And like
And then you're
they
saying they're
value.
like pulling winners out of their hat. Like, what are these real people? Like,
I don't
have you
think
followed any of these? Have you seen a real winner? Like on a page? Have they like posted about it? Like, you think it would be an IG story or something? Like,
the
I
last
don't
year's
see
winner,
it
they
like that.
didn't say. The last year's winner, there was no post, there was no picture, no nothing. The other two,
Mhm.
I mean, the other couple, they made like fake little posts. Even though the lady who won the year that you and I went it,
Yeah.
because one of the things they promised was to be in this guy Jim Villadola's indie movie, and she said
Right.
on her own social media, somebody asked her, "Did you ever get your role in the film?" And she said the movie was never made, so she never got her
Wow.
role. And then Jim
Yeah.
immediately responded right afterwards, and he said, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's going to be made. That movie has never been made, and that was back in 2021, and it's
Mm-mm.
2025
And we
coming
ain't
out
even
next
thinking
year.
about it. And they renamed it and everything. It's Face of Halloween. They ain't
That's
worried about that.
that's all gone. So I mean, it's a big old scam, and like, and Yeah, it's a scam.
It just pisses me off. Like it just it's so it was I just was under so much stress and I
It
don't
was
even know
stressful.
why.
It
What
was
and I'm
so
like,
stressful.
am I really gaining? Like people are like, oh, I made it to this round. I made it to this round. What did you really make it to?
Nothing.
A number?
Because if you don't win the contest, you don't win literally nothing. So
No.
and to get even anywhere, you're definitely pumping in a couple $100, if not
Yeah.
thousands,
Yeah.
to get to a
You're just
contest.
exploiting yourself for their financial gain. You're promoting something for them. You're doing free advertising. It's like, you know, you have a free affiliate link to something that you maybe can, you're not even profiting off of. They're not even offering us anything if we win.
Nothing.
And how can you feel like, well, at least I tried. I came in a good place. I feel good about it. I'm like, I didn't really feel good about it. I really didn't know
You
what
feel
happened. I was just
shitty.
like, what the
Yeah,
hell happened? Like you said, you feel bad about asking people for all this money and then maybe it's not going to where like I was really concerned about where that money was going. And when you told that video and you said it really wasn't going to where we thought, that was like that's what I was thinking the whole time. I was like, this could be a possibility that they're not even giving as much and we're not going to get any recognition for donating to this fundraiser, not even a charity. Like, I mean, honestly, it's a pretty good scam. Honestly,
it's the
I mean,
greatest scam.
fundraising company. I never heard of that.
It's the greatest scam. I'm telling you right now. I One of the reasons I'm pissed off at because I wish I already created this. Think about it. They do 20 contests a year, and they
Yeah.
make about I would say 40 to 50 million dollars off of each fucking one of these. And
Wow.
by them being a fundraiser company, they don't have to pay no fucking taxes on the money.
Oh my god. What?
They drop 25% off to their middleman, which
Right.
I'll go into another video, and then he takes his portion to help
Right.
to fund a war
Exactly.
on the other side of the country, and
Hmm.
then he gives whatever's left to Spotlight or whatever the fucking company name is, and like
Yeah.
so it drives me nuts when I hear dumbasses say, it's for the children. Oh, the money's for the children. It's a donation. Okay,
No.
no, it's not. It is
Right.
to the money is to make this rich white chick more and more rich, and
Right.
it's to help this other guy beat Russia
Right.
in a fucking war.
Right.
That's where the money is going. That is where
Wow.
the money goes. It's literally, and that's my video. That's my next colossal video. Is
Okay, I'm waiting on that one. Yeah.
the money goes to help Ukraine fight
Mm,
Russia.
mm.
It literally goes to help Ukraine
This
fight
is
Russia.
insane.
That is
Wow.
where the majority of the money goes. And if you think I'm lying, you can fucking Google it yourself.
Right.
If you think I'm lying, look at the company who is the actual charity company that's over Spotlight, and
Hmm.
it's owned by a Ukrainian businessman who is literally using that money to help Ukraine survive in the
Wow.
war against Russia.
Wow. I wouldn't put it past them. This is crazy. Like how deep that goes. Wow.
Yeah.
And then they're bringing so wait so this isn't even like local, like this is like dash, like we're international with this event, this competition. I thought
Oh,
it was local to like to
it's
us, but
North
they're just taking it
America.
that way, or
It's North America, but the money is not going where the money goes.
right, it's going wow
It's going
out of the
to
country.
it's going to a whole nother country. Like it's going to
Mm-mm.
Ukraine. Majority of the
Wow.
money is going to Ukraine to help them survive against this war against Russia.
Right.
By the way, I'm giving some tidbits to watch the clause video I
Oh,
go
I'm
into
gonna
it,
watch. Yeah,
but but uh but like
I
no, it
got you.
goes into and everything I said is going to be I don't say anything about how proof. So like it's literally going to help Ukraine survive against Russia.
Wow.
Um, this company is in trouble with the state of Arizona because they stole a whole bunch of weapons and shipped them illegally to Ukraine to help fight Russia.
Wow.
It's a fucking mess.
Oh my
It
god.
is, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a cease and desist after this next video. But no,
The truth
it's a
has to be
scam.
told.
The truth has
Yes.
to be told, and
Truth has to be told.
unfortunately,
I can't live under these lies.
it's sickening. And this is going to be one of those things where, like, 10 years from now, people are going to lie and be like, you're going to see in the news about these online contests, and people are going to be like,
Right.
oh, I remember those contests. I wasn't stupid enough to be in a just like people lie about the multi-level marketing company.
Right.
Of course they were in them and they got scammed, but they're afraid to admit it. This is going to be
Hmm.
something 10 years in the news that people are going to be like, oh, well, I never was in that contest. I'll be stupid to do. People
Oh
might be
no.
stupid to
You
do
was the
that.
first one in
Yeah,
there, and then
you
we
were the
got the
first
pictures.
one,
We got the
and
proof.
you were defending it the whole entire time.
That's
This,
right.
but this is the greatest scam, and the definition of a scam is you're
Right.
taking people's money and you're not telling them what it's truly for.
That's
There's
right.
no transparency at all. If
No.
this was a real contest, it would have a number on it saying, okay, if I'm in first place, how many votes ahead am I on the next person?
Exactly.
There's no
Out of
transparency.
what?
So
Out of one
everything,
billions of people. Yeah.
you don't know how far ahead you are on the next person. It's just
No.
going like how does any contest run like that? No contest
Right.
runs like that.
No.
Like
And that they're not going to tell you that. They're never going to tell you that. They're not being forthcoming with this. And I think this video and your videos are very important that people, you expose these people because no one is thinking about it that far. Everybody's thinking AI is the devil, yes, generative AI is terrible, but they're focusing on the wrong things. Like you said, we're all so entitled and we just are not thinking clearly. And this is so more, so much more helpful than you think. Like you need to spread this video. So I thought it was really important to get on here, and I'm looking forward to sharing your videos more and being part of that because I cannot stand injustice anywhere. It's like it just doesn't sit well with me, and I can't promote it. I can't, and I hate that I was like you said. I hate myself for being a part of that, and I just feel so terrible about it. I was so stressed out about it. I knew something like this could be possibly going on. Not to this extent, but to know this is I have to say something.
I
It's just terrible.
I appreciate you coming on. And but by the
Yeah.
way, the greatest part of the scam is you go after people's heartstring, kids,
Yeah.
sick kids. That is for people's heartstring because if they would have came out and said, you donate and this money goes towards the Ukraine and Russia war, nobody
Right.
would sign up for this contest.
No.
Nobody would be a part of this contest if they came out
No.
honest and said majority of this money is going to help Ukraine survive against Russia in the war.
Right.
Listen, I'm all for Ukraine, this and that, but like but let's be 100% transparent about it,
Exactly.
and let people donate their money. Want to? I'm not saying for people not to donate their money to
No.
what's the company called Starlight or something like that. Don't
Starlight, something, charity for
Starlight
food. I don't know what
Foundation.
it is.
Donate
Yeah.
donate your funds if you want to support them. I researched them and they seem like a actual real organization. And it seemed like a
Yeah,
good
I
one.
looked that up.
So
Yeah.
donate your money directly to them.
Directly to them, not
You
through
know
these filtered
where they get
processes. Yeah.
100% of it, not going to make some, excuse my language, some rich bitch more rich and
Right.
funding weapons and war
Hmm.
and
No.
only
Y'all need to hide your money. Y'all need to be
no,
smart.
no,
Be smarter. You
be,
want
be
to donate to
be
them, donate directly.
be
This
smart
is
and
like
do
such a scam.
be smart and do your research. I'm no genius. Listen, the stuff that I'm researching, I'm not no genius. I don't have no special. I'm just typing it in
Right.
Google. If you type it in
Right.
Google and actually do the research yourself, it all
Right.
leads to what I'm saying. And
Right.
I'm not making this up. You can look up Mary Hogan, the lady who runs this corporation, and see that
Hmm.
she has also been in numerous scams.
Right.
I mean, there's a court video on YouTube of her scamming people. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so if you actually sit down and actually do the research and stop
Right.
saying, well, the money's going to the kids, because that's what people are just stuck on.
That's what they told you.
That's what
That's
they're
just what
just
they
stuck
told you.
on.
You can't just go off of what people tell you.
Yes, and they're stuck on that kids, kids, kids. If you get around that part and actually do your research, you will
Right.
see the big picture. And the big picture is
Exactly.
this money's not going to the
Why?
kids.
Why? If it's going to directly to these kids, why do you need them to do that? Why do you need this contest to motivate you to do that? Why do you need that option? If you want to give to them yourself, put your name on it, and you know where it's going. Why are you giving? And then why are you donating more than you're even going to win in the competition
It
to
makes no
something
sense.
you don't even know where it's going?
It
And
makes
to
no
find
sense.
out that this is what's happening, And you don't feel bad about that?
And this is not. And this contest is supposed to be to find the biggest horror fan. This is not find the biggest horror fan. It says who's the biggest pockets.
Biggest
So
sucker, biggest scammer.
it's a biggest scammer, biggest sucker, biggest pockets. That's what the contest is about, and it just drives me nuts. If one more idiot says in my comments, "Well, this is for the children," this and that. No, it's not for the children. Stop for a second.
Because
And
you heard them say that. Then you did no
yes,
research. You
it
didn't
drives
want to
me.
back it up.
It drives me absolutely fucking nuts. Just stop. Google the fucking
Yeah,
information before you open your
exactly.
mouth and you say this is going towards the children. Just
Exactly.
Google it, and you will see
Read
where
a
the
real
money.
document. Like
Yes,
it's backed up. Yeah.
and see
I
where the
think
money is
your
going.
video at the very least is you're not going to Google, at least listen to this guideline of
Yes,
where you can start because you can everything you're saying can be backed up.
yes,
Like what they're saying is not being backed up. You heard them say that in a competition. I heard the same thing and I ran with it. That was enough for me. Now it's not enough. You cannot just blindly follow what someone's telling you in a competition this big. I've never heard of a voting competition like this and never seen this level of influence that they're having on people. And they will blindly follow this and feel like they did good for charity, but you see none of that results.
none,
You don't see them handing a big check at the end or anything like that. Like you
nothing.
got to know it's going somewhere else. You have to know this. It's like,
Admit, admitting you go to tons of horror conventions like I do. When have you ever seen a Face of Horror or Face of Halloween winner paraded around a horror convention at a booth? Anything? It's like
nope,
there's no what's the word I'm looking for? There's no tour, there's no parade, there's no
no,
appearances on a TV show or
no.
interviews or
Podcast or something like, yeah,
there's no PR. I mean, when you want to promote your winner, so that
right.
you can say this is for anybody, for the Travis Bruces out here. You know what, Travis Bruce? Fuck you. This is not a scam. Look at my Face of Horror winner out here at
Yep.
this horror convention. They're doing this. They're out in the community. They're getting
Right.
money. They're getting sponsors on their own. They're moving to the city. The only thing I've seen is one winner get a lap band surgery with her money. That's the only thing I've seen. So
Right.
like, I
And we're
mean,
not even saying, even if they start doing that now, we'll know it's only because of your video, because that's not really
100%.
going to convince me either. So they're just like, don't give them ammunition to like, oh, well, look, we got you. Okay, Travis, that's what you want. We got you. Like, no, that's still not like,
Well, at least this is date
and
stamp
that's what will
though.
happen. That's what they'll do. Like, okay,
Yeah,
thanks. We're taking notes here. Like,
exactly. Because they're definitely watching my videos, and this is definitely date
exactly.
stamp. This is
No.
definitely date stamp
But yeah, there is none
because
of that for your own brain. There is none of that. You're seeing none of that. You're seeing none of the results. So how can you say you did well in something that you're not even seeing the results of, and you're not seeing the actual behind it? You're not doing the research. You have to know something's off for yourself at some point. Like some point, it has to feel wrong to you that you're not seeing winner. Every competition show, every anything you see a winner. You see a picture. Honestly, I don't even know where to find Face of Horror. I can't find Face of Horror anywhere.
it's
I
gone.
don't know
That's
where to find
gone.
Face of
That's
Halloween.
gone. Because
I've
the
seen
face of
like
horror is
Facebook
gone.
groups,
It's
and I wonder if
gone.
these Facebook groups are talking about like how to vote or how to come together. I'm like, what? Maybe we need like an insider. Maybe we need like somebody to push all their votes to one person so they can see what happens if you actually get to the top. I
Well,
want an inside man.
they're actually doing that because there's a guy who this year he's kind of a celebrity. He's called
Okay.
the Michael Myers of the caucus or something like that. I don't know what it's called, but
Right.
he's like a social media. He has tons
Okay.
of what's it called. He's made it all the way to the finals, right?
Really?
With
Yeah.
all of these what's it called people are voting for him. Why is he only in fourth place in the finals?
Mm-mm. Cause yeah, that's not him. He would be in that doesn't make any sense.
Why is he only in
Because
fourth
he's
place?
very popular.
Why are there once again three women who look like they're OnlyFans models above him?
Wow.
And I'm
Yeah.
telling you, a man would never win this contest because
Yeah.
A, men don't
And
vote
then
for
what
other
did I
men.
read? I read a comment saying that, yeah, I'm going to be the first king of this contest. Somebody actually said that. And I wonder if it's one of those trolls or something you were talking about, but it was weird that he said that.
A
I was
man
like,
is never
wow,
going to
there really
win.
hasn't been a male winner.
There has not been a men winner. And listen, there's definitely more men horror fans than women.
Yeah.
Let's be honest
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
And like, but yeah, it's predetermined. I think it's predetermined. I'm at this
Yeah.
point. I think it's predetermined who the
Yep.
winner is going to be. I was only
Yeah.
75% sure, but like just sitting back on the sidelines and really not being involved
Yeah.
this year and making videos and so
Right.
forth, just sitting back and really watching and watch what's going on in these groups, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that guy should win. That guy
Right.
should win. If that guy wins, I can't make another video. That's what I was saying to myself. I cannot make another video if this guy wins because it
Right.
debunks a lot of the stuff that I said. Right?
Okay.
It
Yeah.
debunks a lot of stuff I said. But I just reached it. There's only 4 hours left in the competition right now, and I
Oh,
recently
really?
just looked, and he's still in fourth place. And I'm like,
I wonder if he's just gonna bump up at the end,
no. I
like
think
magically.
if he loses, it proves
Yeah.
everything I said, which is
Yep.
great, which is
Right.
absolutely great. And then my next step is to get him on the show for an interview because
You
I
have
want
to.
to hear what happened there because like I want to hear what his experience is to be a celebrity
Yeah.
somewhat and have all those
Right.
viewers and you still lose
Right.
to a normal person.
I
That's
mean, have you
weird.
gotten any winners? A hold of any winner? Like, I would want to hear like what's going on there. You know, like, are you really at the
No,
top? Did you really win something? Are you just getting? Are you getting any of this money? Are you being taxed? Like, what's happening? Like,
they won't talk about it because you have to if you read in what's it called and you read in the rules and regulations you have to sign a was it NDA you have to sign an NDA
oh,
and
really?
why do you have to sign an NDA if you're a winner of a contest?
No, you shouldn't have to do that. That makes no sense. That's a big red flag.
It says if you read it well they do not want you to do any kind of interviews any kind of publicity anything as the winner you just go away you literally just go away.
So okay, so little if you say anything, they like what? Take your money? They won't give you money. Like,
I have no
they,
idea.
that's crazy.
I don't know if you die or not or what. I don't know. Because the guy who put a sponsor. By the way, I'm putting his picture right now up on the screen for everybody. You
Okay.
can't see it, but it's up on the screen right now. Tell, tell me if this guy looks like a mafia like he's up to no good. I mean, this guy looks like he is absolutely up to no good. You might disappear.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah. So. All right, listen, Minnie. Where can everyone find you? By the way, you have an amazing. People definitely need to follow your Instagram if they
Thank
love
you. Thank you.
Halloween
Yeah.
stuff.
I have a cosplay page. You can find me at Mini Morphe Cosplay. I'm also on TikTok, a Mini Morphe Cosplay. Here on YouTube, Mini V Manor. Just kind of started my page. There's like I do makeup, I do cosplay, I do special effects, I do body paint. I build my own cosplays out of foam and Warbler, and I also do a home decor page that's kind of focused on Halloween and just Halloween decor and all that year round. Halloween is 365 for us, so
Love it. And by the way, the link to her YouTube page is down in the description. So please show her some love. Hit that subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. All right, Minnie. Thank you for coming
all
on.
right.
This was a
Thank
blast.
you. Thanks for having me. It was good
All right.
talking to you.
And thanks for being a supporter of my channel as well.
Of course.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you for coming to another edition of the Horror Realm on this Halloween day. I'm Travis Bruce, and that's Minnie. We'll see you next time. Take care.